Alright, so here is my chapter 6, or section 6, oral assessment. Problem 1, listing the properties of these following figures. So quadrilaterals, four-sided shape. The trapezoid is a four-sided shape with where one pair of opposite sides is parallel. An isosceles trapezoid is a four-sided shape where one set of opposing sides are parallel, and the other pair of opposing sides are congruent. Now, parallelogram is a four-sided figure where both pairs of opposing sides are parallel and both pairs of opposing sides are congruent to one another. A rectangle is a four-sided figure where both pairs of opposite sides are parallel and both pairs of opposite sides are congruent to one another, and there are four right angles. So, a rhombus is a four-sided figure where both pairs of opposing sides are parallel, but all four sides are congruent to one another. And a square is a four-sided figure where both pairs of opposing sides are parallel to one another, and all four sides are congruent, and there are four 90-degree angles. So question 2, discuss the perimeter of the different types of shapes below. If one side of an equilateral triangle is 12 inches, what is the perimeter of the triangle? So all of the sides are going to be 12 inches if it's an equilateral triangle, so that's 12 times 3 is 36. The perimeter of the triangle is 36. And the perimeter of a regular hexagon is 54. So to find the length of each side, we would divide 54 by 6. And 54 divided by 6 is 9. So the length of each side is 9. Question 3, discuss the area of the different types of shapes. A parallelogram has a base length of 3 feet and a height of 7 feet. What is the area? You just multiply the two. 3 times 7 is 21. Area is 21. An equilateral triangle has a side length of 8 meters. What is the area of the triangle? So to do this, I like to cut it in half down the middle, making two right triangles. So I would have a right triangle with a hypotenuse of 8 meters and a base of 4 meters. So use the Pythagorean theorem to find the other side. So that's 8 squared is 64 minus 4 squared, which is 16. 64 minus 16 is 48. And the square root of 48 is 6.9. So that's the other side. So the height of the triangle, and to find the area of that triangle, is 1/2 base times height. So it is 1/2 of 8 times 6.9. So 8 times 6.9 is 55.2 divided by 2 is 27.6. So that's the area of the equilateral triangle with sides measuring 8 meters. 27.6 meters squared. Now a regular hexagon has a side length of 6 inches. What is the area of the hexagon? So I like to when finding the area of a hexagon, I like to break it up into 6 equilateral triangles, and then I'll find the length, or the area of one of the triangles, just like I did here. So 6. So cut it in half. You have cut one of the triangles in half. You have a right triangle with a hypotenuse of 6 at the base of 3. So 6 squared is 36 minus 3 squared, which is 9, equals what? Whoa, hold on. 36 minus 9 is 27. So the square root of 27 is, square root of 27 is 5.2 about. So you do 6 times 5.2. 6 times 5.2 is 31.2 divided by 2 is 15.6. So that's the area of one of the 6 equilateral triangles. So we multiply 15.6 by 6. The area of that hexagon, 93.6 inches squared. Alright, so here's the last problem, number 4. Discuss the surface area and volume of prisms and pyramids. So part A, find the surface area of a rectangular prism with a base that is 4 by 8 and a height that is 5. So the surface area is just the area of all the sides and bases added together. So we will find the area of the base, 4 by 8. So 4 times 8 is 32, times 2, because the top and bottom makes 64. So we'll write that down over here, 64. Then we'll find the lateral area. So there'll be two sides that are 4 by 8, or 4 by 5. So 4 times 5 is 20, times 2 is 40. And now there will be two other sides that are 8 by 5. 8 times 5 is 40, times 2 is 80. So we'll just add the area of the sides together with the bases and get 184. 64 plus 40 is 104. 104 plus 80 is 184. So that's the surface area of a rectangular prism. And now the volume of a right hexagonal prism with a base side length of 4 and a height of 10. So we'll just find the area of the hexagon like we did before, dividing it up into 6 equal lateral triangles. Chop one of those in half to find the area of one. So side length is 4. That'll give us a triangle with a hypotenuse of 4 and a base of 2. So 4 squared is 16 minus 2 squared, which is 4, makes 12. And the square root of 12 is 3.5 about. So 4 times 3.5 is 14, divided by 2 is 7. So multiply 7 by 6 to find the area of the hexagon, which is 42. So then 42 times 10 to find the volume is 420. So the volume of a right hexagonal prism is 420. Now to find the volume of a square pyramid, there's an equation for that I know. So the area is 2 base times slant height plus base squared, the base edge. So base side length of 12 and a height of 15. So to find the slant height, we use the Pythagorean theorem. So 1/2 of the base side length is 2. That gives us a base of 2 and a height of 10. So if 2 squared is 4 plus 10 squared is 100, that makes 104. So the square root of 104 would give us our slant height, which is about 10.2. So if we plug that into our equation, 2 base, which is 4 times 10.2 plus 4 squared will give us 97.6 as our volume of our square pyramid. And that is the end of Module 6. So, yeah.